Apologies. I believe you can see me now. I also believe you can hear me. Yes, confirm you can hear me. Confirm you can see me. Perfect now. You can hear and you can see me. All right, good, good, good. So we go. Are you ready? If you are joining us tonight, I'd like you to tell us where you are streaming in from. Tell us, I'm streaming in from Ogun State, from Lagos, from United Kingdom. Perfect. You can hear me. Network will be perfect, and then we can really cruise. Thank you for joining us, Emmanuel Stephen, for something very crucial subject matter that is. I've not thought of this particular subject matter, and they might have been married, and every day by day, people are marrying, but they have failed to consider this subject matter. And this is one of the reasons why marriages are also having issues on daily basis. And we have deemed it fit to also fill in this gap so that there can be liberation to marriages and to families. So I appreciate the fact that you are here. I appreciate the fact that you want a change. I appreciate the fact that you are willing to learn. I appreciate the fact that you are also willing to apply whatever you be learning today so that your marriage can really blossom. Whatever level you think your marriage is currently, I believe it can get better. It can get better and better than ever. So this is why this topic is very important for us to learn tonight. So we'll be talking about dream team formation. And as we go on, I like you to be dropping some stuff in the comment section so that it can be engaging. I like you to drop it in the chat box and so that we can learn. I have said today that we'll be learning on the subject matter, your dream team formation. Many marriages run like a master and servant kind of relationship, my lord and servants kind of relationship. Some marriages run as a team, some marriages run like kind of sister brother kind of marriages, and there are lots of issues with these kinds of marriages. Not to worry the kind of marriage you already are running, but it is important that you learn what this is and how it is that you can move from where you are expected. So today, like I mentioned earlier, I will be talking about this subject matter. Permit me to run pretty fast session in case you slip, one or two things slip off your fingertips. All right. So confirm you can also see my screen as we move slide. And you can quite see on the screen, dream work makes the dream work. And that, as you can see on this screen, is actually saying that, welcome, favor Babalola. It's saying that you can see a man and a woman on the picture, in the picture, and it's showing that they're working together. It takes two major people to build a home. And in building that home, there's somebody they need to become. They need to become people who have learned to work as a team, people who understand what it is to work as a team, not seeking for your own selfish interest, but for the interest of the common goal that have brought both of you together. And this is why we are here. As we continue, I'd like you to drop whatever is germane to you. You want to drop it in the comments section so that it can be engaging and we can cruise along with it. Now, take a look at, and the question here is your own marriage a teamwork? Or is the man alone that is working hard to make the marriage to work? Or it is the woman alone that is working really hard and the man is just loafing around. The only thing he does is to go to work, come back, sleep, eat, and go out. Not involved in the nitty-gritty of all that the family entails. And this is why it is important that we learn what it is that we need to learn in forming our own dream team as a marriage. Now, you may want to say that, what then is your own marriage like? The truth is, we have likened marriage to be like a football. And as we go on, I'll tell you what this is. Yes, we liken marriage to be a football game because of the strategies that it involves in running a race, in winning a goal in football. And for football lovers, they will understand that actually the team members do not really look, the team members do not think of, oh, my own, it has to be run this way, it has to be run that way. But they work for a common goal. They work for a goal that everyone knows, and they are running to achieve that goal. So they work as a team, whether it's the player or the defender or the person at the goal post, whoever it is, they work as a team. And this is because they understand the rule of the game. They understand what it is that they must do. They understand what it is that they are running hard after. So they are not doing it for any selfish interest. They don't need to like themselves. So the person who is at the center is not wanting to be like the person at the goalpost. So this is highly important that we understand that a marriage is likened to be like a football. And as we go further, you understand why we say this. Now, look at this next slide. We say marriage and football are alike in the sense that teamwork is the key to winning in both. Meaning that in marriage, you need teamwork to make your marriage to win. In football, you also need to work as a team to make to make the game a win-win situation. And this is why we say that it is not necessarily that I am interested in being the goalpost, being at the goalpost, or I'm interested to be the defender. No, but it is that we know what we are running for. We know what we want to gain at the end of the day. We want to win. And so because of that, we are running based on that mission. This is why working as a team, even in marriage, is what is highly important. Now, the word team is an acronym. Welcome, Oluwasegun Babalola. Yes, you're welcome. The acronym team has been said to be together, everyone achieves more. And if you look at the marriage front, you have the father and the mother. Then you then have children. So including the father and the mother and all of the children, one of the things that strikes them out is the fact that all of them will work hand in hand based on a common goal of the family for them to become who they should be. Now, this is where we're going to. Like, that in football, there are 11 players. And these 11 players, And these are what it represents. Also in marriage, this is why we liken marriage to be like football. We have said that marriage needs 11 players by players, you know, it means you need continuous development. All of these things are needed to be part of the player in your marriage for your marriage to be what it should be. If you miss one of all of these, you possibly might not also achieve your game. I mean, your overall vision or your overall desire. This is why it is important that we understand them. So we'll take them one after the other. Talents. What are we talking about when it comes to having a marriage that is like a team? It is to say that we need talent. The man is coming, he has his talents naturally endowed. The woman is coming, also have his own natural endowment. So we say that talent is needed for you to run your marriage. First of all, what is love to you? Does anyone want to engage? What is love to you? Drop it in the comment section. Let's know what you think love is to you. For some people, love is an action. For some other people, love is what they just feel is when you give me things, or when you do this for me, or when you do that for me. What is love to you? Some people, and as you can see in the first picture, it's showing that the husband and the wife, they are still in the euphoria of love. Everything is jiving and it's really rosy for them. You can see it on their eyes that yes, these people are in love. But it's not so again. Some people started loving themselves, but later on, the love has dwindled for many reasons. And one of the reasons is because so many marriages are not running based on vision. They are running based on emotions. And everything that works in life does not work by emotion. They work by principles and systems put in place. Part of the system is this marriage formation we're talking about. Like, because my marriage is running well, it's fine. I really do not need to do extra. No, it will keep being of female, young or old. Even the baby that is born today loves to be loved. Every human being is there in its raw state. But then many people, based on the experiences that they pass through in life, that when they even see love, they don't know how to respond to love again. But the truth is, this love can be resuscitated again. It can come to life again. And this is why it's good that we learn how to even bring this love back again. Now, let's take it one after the other. We have talked about talent, and I want to talk about some questions you should ask yourself as it relates to talent. Would you say that you are really loved by your spouse, or that you are not even loved? These are questions you need to ask. Ask yourself sincerely, do you feel loved, or you feel unloved by your spouse? Why do you feel the way you feel currently? Like, I don't even feel this, my husband likes me. I don't feel this, he's even interested in this relationship. It looks like I'm the only one running everything and everything. There's a reason why you are feeling that way. Is there anything in your past that could be responsible for how you currently feel? It could be that you have passed through a traumatic experience. It could be that you had a significant emotional experience, maybe negative or positive, that have made you to begin to feel this certain way. Maybe you stayed with an uncle or an aunt at a time who maltreated you and has made you to begin to see things in a different perspective because of that life experience that you have had. Then when was the first time you noticed you don't feel loved while you're in this marriage or while in relationship? When is that very first time that you feel like, I don't think say this man love me? He just talk am for mouth. I'm not sure say he reach in mind. Or maybe your own is your wife. You think this woman is just there, interested in your money and everything you have got, but you really do not think your wife really loves you. Now, how do you want to be loved? Many of us do not know how to be loved. How we want to be loved. How we want our spouse to show love to us. This is why, as you do your marital formation, it's one of the things you'll be taught. It's one of the things you'll be exposed to. You begin to know what your love language is and how you want to be loved, how your spouse wants to be loved, and you begin to do those things and you begin to see changes. And then, what do you think your spouse should begin to do to make you feel loved? Maybe you're like me that didn't grow up being cuddled, being touched, being pegged, being kissed by my parents, and you grow up like that. And to now respond to that as an adult is kind of awkward. Why? Because aren't used to it, right? You want to begin to unlearn that and begin to take baby steps to say, okay, as I wake up every morning, I cuddle my husband, I give him a kiss before going to work, I hug him, I do this. At night before we sleep, I make sure I do this, I do that. This is how you should start gradually. Do you really love yourself? Many people have not loved themselves well enough, but they want somebody to love them. The truth is, if you have not loved yourself well enough and you want somebody to love you, that love will never come because you will not feel satisfied inwardly. This is why it is important that you begin to learn to love yourself. How well do you want to communicate with your partner? And how should you even start to communicate with your partner? Many of us have communication problem. We really do not know how to communicate effectively to our partner. You wink like this, and your husband is misquoting your winking to be that you are being rude to him because you both do not even understand yourselves. What are the signs or the symbols that represent that maybe your husband is angry or is not in the good mood, or your husband or your wife is also not happy, and all of that? What are those signs that communicates what feelings that you are passing through? Do you know what makes you feel loved? I know some people that what they need is gifts. Just give them gifts, then they are good to go. But if you don't give them gifts and you do every other thing for them, mbano, they won't feel loved. Yes, so love is total acceptance. Thank you. Total acceptance, flaws, and whole. Meaning that you accept me as I dey, whether I good or bad, I put to action. Okay. So it goes beyond feeling, but then you move to the next step of acting how you feel, right? Now you will learn further as we talk about this talent of within again. The next question, the next thing we need to know is the fact that number 2, which is skill acquisition as part of your team player. Remember that team player? Yes. Number 2 is skill. Skill is not the same as your talent. Talent is something that comes to you naturally, you are endowed with it naturally. But skill is your processed talent. For instance, you might have talent of communicating effectively. Maybe you talk fluently naturally. But even as raw as that gift is, you in that natural talent that you have got. So the question now is, how would you rate my skills in these following areas? You want to ask your partner, how would you rate my skills in the area of negotiating issues in the family? No, I don't want, make we not do like that. Let's do it like this. No, no, na like this. I want am. Okay, how do you want to rate the very first thing I noticed about my husband to be then was the fact that, oh, he dresses like aged man. I'm like, oh, what's this? No. I need him to be too sharp and be like a young man that he is. And today the story has changed. So if then I wanted to rate the skill of my husband in the area of dress, of course I'm going to score him very low. But it has changed today. Why? Because we keep working on ourselves and we're getting better. In the area of organization, in the area of finance, in the area of commitment and sex and romance, have you assessed yourself personally and assessed your husband or your wife that you are sure that you are moving and you are getting skills in these areas? Many people and many couples do not want to talk about the issue of of sex. We are not skillful in how to have sex with ourselves, and you think it's just normal. No, it is not. There are skills needed for you to be able to be better yourselves in the area of sex. Then the question is, what are the areas you need me to improve? You might want to make a list of this of top 5 of these things to your spouse. You want your husband or your wife to, these are the 5 areas I want you to improve, and your spouse also gives you the 5 areas he wants you to improve. As you do that, exchange it and begin to work on them, and then you begin to see changes. Those areas that your partner now tell you about, are they sincerely true? Are they areas where some people have also complained about all the while? That you know that it's not like your husband just want to talk or your wife just want to talk, but it's because it's sincerely work on this and give it a thought and sincerely work through. Can we analyze those areas together? Husband and wife, said you want me to improve in the area of communication, in the area of our sex life, gather resources in this area and work on ourselves. Can we begin to identify the challenges we have individually on this matter, and then begin to work at getting better? And you may want to as an improvement for me. What would you want me to do differently? And your husband truly wants you to change, or your wife who truly wants you to change, will truly speak out. So we don't cook it like this, so we do it that way, so I cannot change. Begin to do that they often and often, and this will begin to help you. The emphasis here is the fact that talent is natural with us, but skill has to be learned. And so in marriage, we keep learning and keep learning and keep learning. So it's a good start for us to follow up and begin to take up the challenge and see the difference as we begin to embrace the challenge. Is somebody getting? We're moving to the core of the matter, and we're talking about vision. You know, the Holy Scripture says, where there is no vision, right? The high vision is what gives where we're going into. And so the third player in this dream team formation is vision. And as you can see on your screen, vision is the main key in your to see. My partner will also begin to run what is in his head without telling me. So we need to sit down and synchronize those things together, because the vision is the result you get where there's no uniform vision. So we need to synchronize it together. You need to begin to ask yourself the kind of marriage you want to build and articulate it to become what you call family vision. And if it is not written, it does not exist. So it needs to be written somewhere. You might want to say, this kind of marriage I want to build, is it known to my partner? Does my partner know about it? And what do you want out of marriage even? What made you to get married? What are those reasons that made you to get married? You want to ask yourself and sincerely write them out. And it means that those reasons why you got married, you want to begin to see them come to limelight in your union. Do you discuss these reasons regularly? Is it written somewhere? Do you always want to win? Or would you rather do what is right? All these are needed. Now, the next you want to ask yourself, is somebody getting something? Please don't forget, what you need to do is to do what? Keep engaging the section, but skill must be learned. I need to rush, and I need us to also prepare questions as this is going on. The next player is what we call values and DNA code. And like you know in biology, DNA is like what you call our unique selling point. It's like what we say is inscribed, is what we have been and must be found in your DNA as a family. That when we see the family of Adiba or we see the family of Babalola, we want to say that, that family, oh, hey, proficient in communication, or that family, they are very good in communication, or they are very good in giving. When it comes to humanitarian service, you will see that family. So that's what we're talking about DNA. What route what route do you want to envision destination? I mean, what route to envision the destination of your marriage that you must embrace is what your values and DNA code are. Meaning that which route are you going to take that will lead you to that destination for which your family stands for? Now, can we do this quiz? Who wants to help me out here? Yes, Orin, you want to help us out. What habit will help you to achieve your purpose as a couple? What habit? What habit will help you achieve your purpose as a couple? Can you hear me? Olushola Irinhowo, permit me if I didn't call that name very well. Yes. What habit will help you achieve your purpose as a couple? Or anyone at that might want to respond. Yes. What habit at all? What is that habit that you want to keep doing as a couple that will help you? You're thinking of that. What values would guide your marriage? If you see every organization, they have their values. Thank you. We said diligence. I clap for you here. Yes, diligence is the value you want to keep working with. Now, can these values, of course, it will not be one. This is why the wife needs to write what runs through in her mind about the kind of family he or she wants to run. Thank you. Integrity, accountability. Good. Yes. And the wife will also do that. Then we'll synchronize it because sometimes we say the same thing in different form. So I might be saying diligence, and another person is saying hard work. So if I say diligence and my partner is saying hard work, we can merge it together and make it diligence because rather diligence is also needed. Thank you. Tolerance to make your purpose come to line. So we would take one for the other and synchronize it. Maybe I give 5 core values, my partner give 5 core values. We merge the 5 together and check for synonyms. Think of how we can merge those things together, and then we arrive at one vision for the family. This is what we're talking about as we speak about DNA and core values. I believe you are getting something because at the end of this session, one of the things that you will do, thank you, trustworthiness, tolerance, is for you to form your own marital vision. Now, the next player on this platform is what we call purpose. Purpose in marriage. What is the reason that have brought the two of you together? Once it is not clearly understood, selfishness will come in, abuse will come in, and in fact, boredom too will set in. And you begin to have different kind of marital crisis because purpose will help you to appreciate the price everyone is paying for being in that union. Why do you need purpose? Number one is for you to say, why did I get married to my spouse? Why did you accept his proposal as a lady in the first instance? Why did you not accept the proposal of another person? So why did you choose to marry this particular person? And if you are on this YouTube channel, you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, I'd like you to just hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that you begin to get our videos as we upload. One of the videos I did is on why did you get married? And many things you need to consider before you even say, yes, I do. So because you need to understand all of this before you even accept the proposal of anyone. Why are you in this relationship? Why are you a wife? And why are you a husband? Because the role of being a wife and the role of being a woman is quite different. The role of being a man and the role of being a husband is quite different. And all of this you need to know. And these are things that will help your union to blossom. We'll move to the next player, and this is fitness. Another team player in the marriage is what we call fitness. And as the name implies, many of us who are not doing physical exercise, You will realize that sometimes you wake up very tired and it looks like the whole day has ended, even when it has not started. Why? Because your body is really tired. Your body is what? Extremely tired. You have not exercised your body. And this Holy Scripture says bodily is needed. So it is for marriage. You see how we do annual medical checkup. This is how we also should do annual marital health assessment. So one of the things we will do for you as you create your marriage, how well is your marriage? Is it blossoming? Is it at a crisis level? Is it on the average? Is it just good? Is it great? Is it blossoming? And when we do this for you, you'll be able to, we'll give you recommendations on what you need to do that will make you move from your marriage from where it is to the next phase. This is the beauty of this whole scenario. Fitness is the number 16. So what are the daily routine that you must keep doing as a family to keep your marriage sparking in love always? For us, we have said that once in a, at night, we must catch up with ourselves at least 20 minutes every day so that we can gist. And no matter how tight your schedule is, you must create that time. I've realized that if you don't do this intentionally, your love life will begin to dwindle. So this is one of the things that will keep your marriage going. Fitness is the next one that you need to run as a family. It's part of your team player. Is somebody getting something here? Thank you, Busayo. Effective Augustina is saying honesty. Now the team player. Is somebody still here? Says victory is in the DNA. Meaning that while we are in this union, something is certain, and that thing is the fact that we must win. Anyhow it is, no battle coming our way, we must win. Whether it is physical battle, is spiritual battle, is financial crisis, is economic crisis, whatever it is, as team, we must fight this battle to win. So say something nice about your spouse every day. You must begin to know what makes or gets your spouse upset, or maybe when you say something or when you do something, this will always get my spouse angry, so you decide not to do those things. What will be the interest of your spouse? What are the things that interest your spouse? For some, it is that the wife wants the husband to come and join them to do some house chores while they are at home or in the kitchen doing something or the other. Say it politely. Discuss about it. Don't command for it. What are the things and what are the aspirations of your spouse so that you can begin to support your spouse to get there? What must you do regularly to keep your relationship blossoming? You must know these things. These are daily habits. They are the fitness that you need in your relationship. Then we'll move to number. Have you been when we're in school and when they group us into group to say we have group assignments and they group into group of 5 or 6, some people will be there looking around, not doing anything, waiting for the rest of you that will do things and submit. And once it's time to submit, you see them come out. That's not the kind of thing that will work in marriage. Everybody's hands must be on the desk. And we must be ready to do the needful. So as we talk about things, when is our open day? For us in our family, we have decided to do once in a month family meeting. That is our open day. We had ours yesterday, Saturday. Yes, we do it every last Saturday of the month or the last day of the month, as the case may be. This is the time where the children can talk their mind. You don't say they are too small. What do they know? Let them get used to it. They will grow in it. Yes, we begin to tell them our expectations, use the opportunity to tell them about our family values and how that applies to them. I don't like the way you always talk to me this way. And that time you must not pick offense. That's the rule of the game for that day. Whatever your spouse say, you must be willing to accept it and to have an open mind to learn. So teamwork makes the dream to work. So if you don't work as a team, the dream you have in your mind will not work. So you must never forget it, that teamwork makes the dream to work. Okay. Is anything coming to you like fire, fire, fire? Thank you, Asinedu Olarewaju. Welcome. The next player is what we call partnership. And this is number 8 player, partnership. And as we speak about partnership, I've seen some couples run their marriage like this money na my money, he marry me. So he must pay for me, he must give me money, he must give the children money, but my own money na my own money. Little do you wonder why it looks like they are not really jiving as a family as they should. Because the scripture says one will chase 1,000, two will put 10,000 to flight. That's because there's partnership. That's because I bring my part, you bring your part, we put it together and we fight the battle together. Don't forget that battles will always come, but you must win together. And how would you win together? When you both are interested to partner together, partner together in the area of prayer, partner together in the area of the word, partner together financially and in all aspects. You don't you don't get result. That's the rule of the game. So partnership. So, and as you see on your screen, the thing is, you will not get the result that you expect if you fail to partner with your spouse, whether as a man, I have colleagues who do not reveal how much they get as salary to their wives, because if you know, now she go help me finish am, because there's no vision. So if they have vision, they are running together. It's really going to be easy for the wife to know that we need to spend this money judiciously, so that we can achieve our aim and the vision in our mind. But because you have not even told the wife the vision, how will she not help you spend it? She will run her own vision in her head. Why you must work as a team. So partnership is saying that it is the ability for you to relate with understanding. You can experience bliss because you and your teammate have good judgment about each other. No be say my wife, I no go fit tell her. She be woman or she no go fit carry that. No. And so you need to work on that because you are the husband. Part of your role as the husband is the fact that you are the husbandman. And as the husbandman, you have the role to work upon her from a raw state to a finished state. So you have the assignment to tend and make and present her blameless. You present her spotless to the master. That's what the Holy Scripture says if you are a believer. All right. And even in family systems engineering, we believe that partnership is what is needed for you to run your marriage because it's also the ideal situation. The next player is understanding. Hey, and the Holy Scripture says, don't mind me. He said, with wisdom, a house is built. With understanding, it is established. You no get understanding, it's not going to work. So if you have all the things I've mentioned, but you don't understand your spouse, you don't know his personality, you don't know what makes him hungry, you don't understand the current state of life you have as a family and all of those things. You don't understand how it is that you must pay some sacrifices for both of you to get to where you need to get to. It's not going to work. So what do I need to understand about my spouse's personality? What do I need to understand about his love language? When and how do I bring up issues? Maybe this is not the right time. He's really not in the mood. Maybe when he's in his best mood, I'll tell him. How best does my spouse want conflicts to be resolved? You need to talk about this. You don't shy away from conflicts. The more you keep shying away from conflicts, the situations will get worse than it was. So do I even have the ability to read my opponent's emotion, meaning my partner's emotion? Do I have the ability to even decode that, dey for the right mood now, make I no talk this matter now, go good. What are the the threats to your marriage? Could it be your siblings that is a threat? Could it be your in-laws? Could it be your home siblings? Could it be people around your neighborhood? Could it be his work or whatever? You need to understand these things. These are things you need to understand about how can you communicate effectively that your husband or your wife will understand you better. You yourself, what is your own love language? You don't know. How would you know that of your partner? How would you even be able to help your partner to be able to help you speak your own love language? So you need to begin to understand these things better and better. The thing you need to know this time around is that time is now for you to reinvent yourself. It does not matter what life have thrown at you. It does not matter the trauma you have passed through or the significant emotional experiences you have had. It's time for you to pick up your mess and run your race. Many of us have been through a lot, and some of our a lotness is so very big. Some have just been through a lot. Some have been through a lot. Some people's a lot is so a lot. You understand that? Okay. So either level you have found yourself, pick up yourself again and grow by it. This is why you must be ready, team player. As we talk about continuous development is needed. No matter how, or no matter the current situation of your marriage, no matter whether your marriage is great, is average, is good, is whatever, you need to continuously develop your relationship to move from where it is to the next phase. You need to both work on yourselves to get better. And in all of these areas, you must begin to help yourself to understand the concept of change as appetite and to respond accordingly. It is you that is getting an innovation. Tell it to your spouse. Let your spouse know about it. Grow together. Don't go single-handedly and your husband or your wife is not growing. It will bounce back on you. So you need to begin to learn what new way can I do what I did yesterday that it will make more sense. Even though yesterday was fine, but yesterday is no longer today. So how best can I do the needed thing I need to do to make things get better? You people are not engaging the session again, the comment section again. You want to do it, all right? Now you need to drop some stuff on the comment section so we can be really engaging. What level has my spouse attained professionally? What book is in the market about my spouse? That once I buy this book for my spouse, his life is going to get better. My own husband bought a book for me about um, conception and delivery by Jackie Mice, Supernatural Childbirth, yes, by Jackie Mice when I was pregnant. That book was all that it is for me. And even after then, I experienced safe delivery many times over. And I've recommended that book to a lot of people around me. Why? Because somebody decided to do that for me to make me get better. The next team player is strategy. Somebody types it. Yes, strategy. If you have the vision, you have understanding, you have your values, your DNA, everything is flowing, but you do not have the right strategy to deploy all of them, you aren't still going to get results. This is why you must understand the methods that you are using to deliver to your vision so that it begins to do what? Achieve it. Strategy will help you deal with the situation based on best practices and deploy the best strategy, also depending on your partner's personality. So if I deploy a particular strategy in my home, you may not likely deploy the same strategy because your husband is not my own husband and our children are also different. And this is what is also important for you to know even about your children. Based on the personality types, you begin to deploy based on that and work with them with that understanding. So maybe you are newly married. Your own strategy will possibly be different slightly from somebody who is married with children. And maybe you are married, but your husband is far away from you, or your wife is far away from you due to work or one thing or the other. So there are strategies you need to also deploy to make your vision come to limelight. Or maybe you are married before and then you become single again, you are now a widow or a widower. You need to also deploy some strategies that will help you still achieve your overall vision. Or you have in-laws that are very difficult. You need strategies to deploy in this. And as we talk about the last team player, which is technical crew. Hey, technical crew. Now, one striking thing is the fact that every exceptional team that you see, they need an exceptional coach that it can and must be honest with. You have never seen a football team that does not have a coach. And I wish I'm really good at football. I know my colleagues at work have been talking about this new coach that have just joined one football team who is doing this, so paying this amount of money and all of those, gist. So for the football players here, I know they will understand what I'm trying to say. The truth is, when you see a good coach, it is expected that they're going to deliver to their team very well, and the team is going to produce great results. You can't afford not to have a marriage coach. You cannot afford not to have a parenting coach because you need to identify who your marriage coaches are as a couple that you can talk to, that can help you professionally, spiritually, and otherwise. You need to be able to also know when to go for marital checkup frequently that will help you to better your marriage. Now, and this is where we're hitting the nail, which is your marital vision. You see, all the stories we have said all since morning is for us to be able to have our vision. And you need to know that all those 11 team players are needed for your vision to come to limelight. So, your marital vision. vision. What is it? What is your, are you yet to know it? Okay. So your marital vision defines you. Your marital vision defines who you are. Your marital vision tells us about your identity, who you are, what best describes you as a family, like I said earlier on. Number two, so for some families, they are best known as a team. We are a team. Some families are best known as a group of people. Some are best known as a, a family, and some are best known as best of friends. Then you then talk about your identity qualifier. Now that you know your identity, what is that thing that better qualifies your identity? You know how it is the teacher's adjective, right? It's okay. So what are you working towards that qualifies that your identity? Is it that you'll be free spirited people, you'll be loving people, you'll be you'll be highly influential people, or people who are given to community development? What it is that that qualifies your identity that you have identified earlier on. Then we'll take you to the next one, which is your spin. Your spin is your unique selling point. So what is that unique twist that your family brings? That vibrancy that comes when your family's name is mentioned. Some families' names, when it is mentioned, you just remember legacy, you remember warrior, you remember teachers, you just remember some big things. All right, this is what we're talking about. Now, when you become one, two, three, you've been able to identify what your identity is, what your identity qualifier is, and what the spin is. Who will be the beneficiary? First of all, that is, what is your primary human effect to the first set of people around you? Who will be the first beneficiary? Is it your immediate family? Is it families around you? Okay, is it your children? Who will benefit? And when you now identify step one to step four, you then say when the primary targets are benefited from who we are, what would then be the ultimate effect overall? Because anything that God does starts small and grows big. Anything that God does also starts big and becomes a global edifice. So it will not just end with you. Who will then be the ultimate benefactor? What will be the ultimate effect of who you have become? Meaning that what is your secondary human possibility? Most likely societies at large, or communities in your environment, or the global space will get benefited from this. And I take you to see an example of what a family vision looks like. Now, this is an example of, in fact, let me say, this is our own family vision. We are a family connected as a loving team, fascinated by passionate service to transform immediate families and impact the society. Now, I'll break it down for you. We are a family. That's our identity. And when you begin to think of what a family represents, so many things will flow in your head, right? That's our identity. Now, what is our identity qualifier as a family? We are a loving team of people. Are you getting it now? Identity qualifier. So loving team is what now does what is what now qualifies our identity as who we are as a family. Then what is our spin, which is our unique selling point? We are passionately given to service. Okay, that is one thing you will know about. And for people who know me, who knows my husband, they know that we give, we serve people around us, we do all that we can do in serving people and make them get better from where at what point in time we may have met them. We just give ourselves to them to make them get better. Who will then benefit from all of this that we have become? Immediate families around us. Families, because everyone around us, whether they are singles, they are married, they are even children, have come from a family. So we believe that families around us will benefit from this. When those families benefit from who we are, what would then be the overall, the ultimate effect? It is that will around us from here to even the global space. So you want to begin to think and do this assessment yourself as husband and wife to say, okay, we have learned today about creating marital vision. Let's begin to write down things needed for us to do as a family. Write down your expectations for why you have got married. Write down your own values as a person. Write down all of these things we have mentioned today, and then begin to exchange your notes, synchronize them together, and form your marital vision. Now, my assignment for you today is for you to do what? Form your own marital vision and drop it on the WhatsApp. Um, Drop it on the WhatsApp group. This is important that you do. When you do this, you start from that space because part of the assessment you have to do will be that we want to know whether you have a family vision. If you don't have, you have to create it, and this is us helping you to do what to create it. And I want to give room for questions, and I'd like you to ask questions on any of the things I've mentioned. We have come to the end of the session tonight, and I want to say thank you for coming up on board. Thank you for creating time to better your family. This is why we talk about service. For everyone that knows me, that knows my husband, that knows us, knows that we are not even interested in the money that you may want to give to us for whatever. But we're interested in making impact in the lives of people around us. This is what we do by rendering service to them. We believe that is the best of us that we can give to them, even if we do not have money. Now, this is what it is. Have you got value? Have something new been added to what you knew before? Are there something new that you have just discovered today? Is there something you are unlearning? Is there something you are learning for the first time or you have relearned today? Share with us in the comment section as we close in the next few minutes. And if you have got questions, please ask questions. Please, 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 please. And I want to hear from you. How did you see the session? Was it lively? Was it enjoyable? Was it impacting? Was it a session that was it a waste of your time? Was it value adding? Tell us, tell us, tell us. You're not talking. Please talk, 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 talk. Share something in the comment section. Yes, yes, waiting for you. Thank you, Asinedu. Let's grow together, not separately. Very important. We must grow together, not separately. Because if I grow together separately and my husband grows separately, what will happen is that the family will not be knitted together, and that can be the point where the family begins to disintegrate. But when we grow together, as I'm growing, my husband is growing, I'm also growing. We begin to close the gap that may want to exist, and we go up together. Thank you, Emmanuel. Steven, you said the session is very inspiring. Don't forget the assignment you've been given. You are to go and form your marital vision. After now, we are going to have one more session, and I'm going to also drop some assessments form for you to fill. If you don't fill it, there's no report for you. There's no give and take about it. You must do your own assessment. When you do your assessment, you'll be able to collate all of your reports and do your your report for you. Your report is what will help you to know where you are currently to make your marriage move to the next phase. All right, I want to say thank you from my hand. Thank you for coming on board. Thank you for taking out time to better your family. And if you were the only one on board, your partner was not on board tonight, you want to make her or make him watch this replay session. I will share the link afterwards. The same link actually, so that you can catch replay and also learn, and you can be on the same page. Remember, you must grow together and not separately. This is me saying bye-bye from this end.